Good morning children. Welcome to the math class. Today we will do exercise 6.5 from chapter 6 triangles and its properties. Today we will start a new exercise. So before starting the exercise, we want to discuss something. Say one right triangle I have taken. You know that one angle is 90 degrees, so it is a right triangle whose one side is A, another is B, and the hypotenuse, the side opposite to the right angle, is known as hypotenuse, and the length of the hypotenuse is given as C. Say in this right triangle, if we draw a square on this side, then all the sides will be same measurement. So all the sides are same. So the area of this uh, square will be A square. Area will be A square, side into side. Similarly, area of this side, all the sides of the square, it is B. So area of this square will be B square. Similarly, if we draw the one square on its hypotenuse, so it will be C square, as all the sides. So you know that the area will be C square. Now, according to Pythagoras theorem, we can see that we will see that we can verify it in higher classes also. So what we can see, that the square on the hypotenuse is equal to sum of these two squares. That means C square, square of the square drawn on the hypotenuse, that is C square, is equal to sum of the two squares drawn on its two legs. So A square plus B square, according to Pythagoras theorem. In higher classes you can verify also. In a right angle triangle, the square on the hypotenuse is equal to sum of the squares of the legs. In short, you can write that hypotenuse, that is hypotenuse square, is equal to perpendicular square, and this is known as base also in a right triangle. In a right triangle, if this one is we are giving the name, it is perpendicular, and then it will be base, and this one will be the hypotenuse. This one will be hypotenuse. So hypotenuse square is equal to area drawn on the hypotenuse, that is hypotenuse square, is equal to area of the square drawn on the perpendicular, that is perpendicular square, plus area of the square drawn on its base, that is base square. In short, you can write h square is equal to p square plus b square. H square is equal to p square plus b square. This is the short form of Pythagoras theorem. Next, now from this using this theorem, the Pythagoras theorem, we can write in this way also: perpendicular square plus b square is equal to hypotenuse square. If any one of these side, if it is missing, one side is missing, then how can you find the another? With the help of the other side, you can find the missing side. Say perpendicular, from this theorem, if perpendicular is not there, then by using hypotenuse square and subtracting base square from hypotenuse square, you can find out perpendicular square. Similarly, from this theorem, p square plus b square, perpendicular square plus base square is equal to hypotenuse square, we can get this. And another one is b square. That means if I want to find base square is equal to hypotenuse square, and p will go in this side and it will be minus p square. So when you need base is missing, then in this way we can find base. When perpendicular is missing, we can find in this way. So using this theorem, which is known as Pythagoras theorem, we can find out, we will solve few sums today. Now we will do two sums, question number 1 and 2 from exercise 6.5, which is related to Pythagoras theorem. PQR is a triangle. You know that this is all about right triangle. So PQR is a triangle, right angle at P. A rough sketch you can draw. PQR, right angle at P. If PQ is equal to 10 centimeter, PQ is equal to 10 centimeter and PR 24 centimeter, find QR. That means this side is missing, and you know that this is hypotenuse, so hypotenuse is missing. Hypotenuse is missing, and using Pythagoras theorem, we know that Pythagoras theorem, we know that hypotenuse square is equal to perpendicular square plus base square, side of the longest square of the longest side is equal to sum of the squares of these two sides. So perpendicular square plus base square, hypotenuse is missing here. I am writing only h here as in short, and perpendicular, say it is 24 square plus 10 square. Now 24 square, 24 into 24, if you multiply you will get 576. Do this rough work by your own. 24 into 24, multiply and check it is 576 or not. 10 square is equal to 100. Add these two, you will get 676. Now 676, square root of 676, you know how to do 676 in this way. If you do this, find the square root of this number, you will get 26 square. That means 26 into 26 is equal to 676. So we can write h square is equal to 26 square. Now you need to find h only, not h square. So what you can do, h square, this square from the both side you can remove. Then you will get, therefore h is equal to 26. So the length of QR. So h is equal to 26. You can see h, value of h is equal to 26, hypotenuse. So we will write now QR, find QR. So QR is equal to 26 centimeter. Understood? In this way only, if any side of a right triangle is missing and the remaining other two sides, measurement of the other two sides are given, then you can find the missing side by using Pythagoras theorem. Come to the next sum. Now in question number 2, ABC is a triangle right angled at C. That rough sketch we have drawn. ABC is a right angled triangles, right angled at C, where AB is equal to 25 centimeter. Here hypotenuse is given. You can see AB. If C is the right angle, then AB will be the hypotenuse, and the measurement of hypotenuse is given 25 centimeter. AC 7 centimeter. Find BC. Now perpendicular is missing. One leg is missing here. So by using Pythagoras theorem, solution using Pythagoras theorem, we will use now second part, because here hypotenuse is given. So to find perpendicular, we will use that missing side. Perpendicular square is equal to hypotenuse square minus base square. Understood? Now hypotenuse is given, so remaining side, if you subtract square of the remaining side, if you subtract from the hypotenuse square, then you will get the square of the remaining side. So perpendicular square equal to hypotenuse square means 25 square minus 7 square. Now perpendicular square is equal to 625 minus 49. Now you have to find that when you will subtract, you are getting 576. It is P square. Now to find whose square is 576, As you don't know that square division, how to find a square root by division method, it is in class 8. So you will not use this process as I have explained it before. You will not do this process. You will just find the prime factors of 576. Whatever the result you have you are getting here, you will find the prime factors of this number. After finding all the prime factors of 576, what you have to do, you will take one pair, and from one pair you will take one number. Here also two, out of these two twos you will take one, out of these two twos you will take one, and out of these two threes you will take one. Then what is the number? You can see 2 into 2 into 2 into 3. So 2 into 2 into 2 in 8, 8 is a 24. So easily you can write that. That means 24 square is equal to 576. Try to find out the number in this way, that whose square is the given number. 24 square is 576. Now we can write easily 24 square. Now square from both sides you can remove. Therefore perpendicular is equal to 24. And what is the name of this perpendicular? BC. You have to find BC. Therefore BC is equal to 24 centimeter. I hope all of you have understood what we have explained here. Practice it, students. Thank you.